here we go. I'm kind of pumped. So, let's put on my music. Yeah, volume 34 again. This is gonna be good. I should get a haircut. Probably. When I do get a haircut, it's gonna be short again. Whenever I got a haircut in the past, and it's been like 6 years, I always got it cut short. And I will again. That is pretty loud. Let me check my sound here. Maybe 34 is too much. Maybe 25 was the right number all along. Let's see what we think. Hello? Yeah, that's pretty loud. Let's go 25. All right. So, let me open my Google Chrome. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, how about my chatter? Let's get the chatter up here. All right, here's a here, let's open up the Discord. Somebody just asked an intriguing little question. It just popped up on my phone. Let's crack this open here. Somebody just asked something wild. What was it? Just popped up on my phone. New need help? No, what was it? Code help? I suggest trying exorcism and then Code Wars after that. Angry? Confused? Cool? Well, let's not do the gopher when they didn't ask about it. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, or C#. I'm asking this because I've been asking around for a long time in other server, but nobody gave a good answer, and from the things they told me to watch, do, or read, I never... My head is blocking that. Let's go over here. I never learned anything from it. All right, what character do we want? This one? Pokey thumbs up? Pika thumbs up? Okay, So where were we? So let's go back to exorcism here. Okay, so now let me try to fill in like all the rest of this. So I don't have any here for 8th. Let's go to 8th. I'm just going to try to fill in everything. All right. Okay. ISBN verifier. Series. D&D character. Cool. That's fine. ABAP. So I've got iTab combination, it looks like. We've got twofer. And state of tic-tac-toe. Okay, sure. All right. ARM64 assembly. Let's take a look. Okay, so we haven't joined this one yet. Let's join. All right. Yeah, I'm kind of excited about this. I'm going to try to join the rest. Oh. That's a really good question, actually. Oh, interesting. I'm logged in with a different account here that's only 5Q. Huh, so I have two. Maybe I'll try and level this one up to the same level as the other one. I didn't. Shoot, I'd forgotten I had more than one account. All right, that's neat. All right. Okay, let's go back here. Anyway, so yes, practice mode. So we're gonna go local. Okay, let's do this and this. Okay. The S's sound really bad. I've thought about actually trying to get like a microphone. In fact, while I'm thinking about it, like I don't care, I'm broke anyway, right? Just go deeper into debt. Hold on, I'm gonna fix my hair here soon. Okay, so let's paste that in. And I think it'll tell us like just what to do, pretty much. Okay, so here we are. All right, now if we look at the help, I think it tells us just what to do, right? Okay. So, to run the tests, execute make. Okay, I think if we try make, it's going to tell us it's not ready to go because I'm pretty sure I don't have anything on here to build for ARM64. So let's see what happens when I do make. It says, no such file or directory, error 127. Anyway, so it didn't tell me as much as I thought that it might. but that's okay. We're going to look here. Sudo apt install gcc make. Yeah, pretty sure. Oh, and I am on an Ubuntu, so that's good. Pretty sure these are there already, but it doesn't hurt to just paste them in, right? I think it's never hurt before. Okay, so those are good. And then qemu user a arch 64. Okay, yeah, so pretty. I don't think I have either of those. I don't think. Okay, so let's see what it says. So, interesting. And I think I'll take these suggested packages as well. Like, why not? So I'm going to say yes. qemu user, good. All right, let me go back up. I just put in the suggested. That's what I'm thinking. No installation candidate? Well, forget it then. Okay, that seems fine. 7 seconds. That seems fine. That seems fine to me. Okay, so now let's try make again and see if it says something different. Okay, it does. Okay, wonderful. That's so easy. Okay, now let's look at the file. I haven't looked at ARM64 code before. I've heard that it's nice. I've heard that it's nicer than x86, which in some sense is maybe kind of a low bar. I don't think x86 is all that bad, but I haven't. So I don't know. All right, so which one is the source file here? The .s, I guess? No. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh. It is the .s. Okay, let's look at the .s. Hello world s. S for source would make sense. Ah, okay, that's nice. And there it is. Okay, let's look at that again. All right, so we put some data here, message string. We said .text .global hello. We said ADRP x0 message. We said add x0 x0 low 12 message, and we said return. Well, I must admit I have no idea why. I have no idea. I am clueless in this area. I do not know why we did this. But it's okay. We'll learn it at some point, but probably not today. I think I'm just gonna submit that and not come back to any more AMD, or excuse me, any more ARM 64 until, you know, later this month or later in either August or September. All right. So, in any case, we can go ahead and submit the hello world. And so now if we come back here, let's see. All right, 77 exercises on the track. That's a very good amount. All right, so dominoes is going to be number 1. and then meetup, and then rotational cipher. Okay. Okay, next is Arturo, which I think I also have not joined the track yet. So let's join this track as well. Okay. Oh, it does say I joined, but it says I have not submitted the hello world. So let's go submit the hello world. Okay. All right, downloaded to here. Okay, so the help says we're gonna run Arturo tester art. All right, I don't think that's ready to go. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. So let's try this exorcism test. Right. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, here. So, installing Arturo locally. For this track, we'll be using the nightly full build release of Arturo. Homebrew installs the mini Arturo build, so we can't use that. We need full. Okay, so here's GitHub releases. Let's look at Arturo Lang. Okay. So this is the Arturo Lang GitHub. All right. And simple, expressive, and portable programming language for efficient scripting. 28 different repositories. Looks like they've so it's a scripting language, I guess, implemented in Nim. Interesting. Wow, okay. Is it implemented in Nim? Look, I don't see Arturo listed here. Do you think that for whatever reason, GitHub classified Arturo itself as Nim? Let's look. Yeah, these are art files, so it's clearly in the Arturo programming language. Does this look like it might have been classified as Nim for some reason by GitHub? Huh. Not sure. Well, in any case, let's look at installation. Head over to the Nightly's repo and simply download the latest release. So, okay, hold on. So this is the Nightly's repo. These are releases. Okay, and that's what they suggested to do. So I think that is what I'm going to do, but we can alternatively do this. Okay, seems clear enough. So we're going to go to the Nightly's, and we're going to choose a full, and that should be fine. And conveniently enough, there's not even that many options, right? So we've got some Linux in either full, mini, or safe. Then we've got some Mac OS in either full, mini, or full mini down here. Oh, this is for ARM Mac OS, cool. Then Windows in full or mini, and then these are ARM 64. Okay. So we'll just choose the full and save that, I suppose. Okay, cool. And then once we downloaded it, we just extract the Arturo binary. And we can try maybe a user local bin. Makes sense to me. Okay, so there is the Arturo nightly. So we'll unzip Arturo nightly. Okay, so we just got the Arturo binary, so then we'll just move. I think I have to sudo. And I guess that's it, right? .3.4.32. Interesting. So I guess we install that next. Did it say anything about that here? glibc. Okay, so let's look. So apt search glibc. I think they're, oh shoot. Okay, so which one do we think? glibc. Shoot. I think I messed up. Okay, I think this is a pretty simple one. Let me just check and see if there's something here about like a hint for this. Okay, pre-built binary for practically all OSs. Okay. So it says lib x8664 Linux GNU lib standard C++ version glib cxx 3432 not found required by Arturo. I'm gonna put that into Google. Let's make sure we get the right thing. I think it's just a package that we can get through apt, probably. Not really. I'm not totally sure. Okay. Okay. Is that the same thing I saw? Pretty close, pretty close. Although it's not connected to Arturo, but pretty close. So they said it was just a GCC version Wait a minute. Hmm. Well, I like that. Let's take a look. Very nice, very nice. This person knows what they're talking about, I suppose. Yeah, it looks safe to me. Oh my gosh. There's a whole bunch here. But apparently we need 3432. Oh, it's more up to date than what I've got. Okay, okay. So we want to upgrade just like they suggested. Alright, let's try. Lib standard C++6. And is that what Arturo was saying? It is, right? Lib standard C++6. Okay. And I guess after this, I think Arturo should work fine, right? Probably. Okay. I've only been on like 30 minutes, but it is pretty early. Okay, so let me just see. Arturo version. Oh, darn. So, oh, this only, still only goes to 30. Okay. So there was more in there. Let's see. I just imagined that maybe some wouldn't be required. So, when is this from? This is from back in 2018. This looks like a pretty... This is not exactly the highest quality Stack Overflow answer. I think what's missing is the explanation of where does this... How do you know that we need this? Like, it could just be like 5 words, but it's missing. How do you know that we need this? Alright. Okay, good. All right. So now it says okay. Now, if we do this, it says goodbye Mars. Okay. Okay. It does not show the goodbye Mars, which I think is a mistake, but whatever. So, and then if we Arturo tester art, it shows the same thing, right? Okay, great. All right, so here's what it looks like. Hello, function. All right, fair enough. Hello, world. Okay, so now it says okay. All right, so that's probably about as far as I'm going to go with Arturo for today. Let's go ahead and submit. All right, so I'm going to go stretch my legs again. Gotta get used to having better posture. All right. If anybody sees that, it's okay to email me. I don't mind. I don't mind getting emails from anybody. I'm happy to receive whatever emails. All right, so All right, let me see. Where was I? Where was I? Okay, yes. Um, so I'm gonna change that because the doctor part doesn't actually work here. If we go brew doctor, it's just gonna complain that everything is messed up. And it doesn't really matter much. So, and I don't even think I want this libcob a static library, but I could just remove it, I guess. But for now, I'm just gonna adjust that alias. Okay, I'm just gonna hit bup. I'm gonna step aside for so upgrading. Good. This is fine. Oh no, where's my background? Okay, 4 minutes. All right, whatever. Okay, so Arturo, we're good, right? Except now we're supposed to look for the exercises. Okay, let's look. Arturo, 68 exercises, pretty good, pretty good. And let's see. Okay, so we're gonna do Scrabble score. I think most of these are pretty easy. Bob is a very easy. In fact, Bob is such an easy, I might do that one today. Word count, I think that's a very easy. Okay, good. All right, next on my list is gonna be awk. Okay, so awk should be good to go. I think I've completed 2. Oh, I've completed 4 in awk. Oh my goodness, what were they? Hello World, of course. They always make you do that. Isogram, kindergarten, garden, loon. Oh, goodness. That's kind of a lot. I didn't remember that I'd done those 3 in awk. I thought I'd done 1. All right, well, yeah, that's good. So we're gonna look for 3 more to do in the awk programming language. One of the greatest programming languages of all time, let's be real. Okay, so it looks like a couple of ciphers, good. All right, let's look for ballerina. I've completed a couple in ballerina. Yep. Okay, so let's go in here again. This Eric, wait a minute. That's not Eric. Anyway. Okay, so acronym sounds like a good one. Armstrong numbers. Collat's conjecture, that's another very easy one. I might go for that one today. All right, bash. So for bash, it looks like I finished one already. Then I have 1 queued up. We need to queue up just 1 more for bash. That's gonna be wordy. Not sure what that one is. I like the name though. Okay. Then we have batch script, an old favorite of mine. It's a very goofy programming language. I have not completed the Hello World, so let's go do it. So we're gonna do local. Okay, let's try it. Okay, so I'm gonna paste that. Oh, already exists, so we'll just hop on over there. It exists, but apparently I haven't submitted it. Let's go look. So if we try to do test, what's it gonna say? Exec, no command. So I think what's supposed to happen is we're supposed to be able to do this. I think? It doesn't look like it's working, right? Um, Oh, wait, here's something. Wine could not find a wine mono package which is needed for .NET applications to work correctly. Wine can automatically download and install it for you. Note, it is recommended to use your distributions packages instead. All right. So I guess I'm gonna cancel and check if I can use the distribution package first, and if that doesn't work, then I'll use this install. So let's just hit cancel there. All right. So I didn't check if the AI is working. AI, what the heck is a wine mono? Let's see what it says. All right, so here's where we are. It says Ubuntu install wine mono. Let's take a look. Download wine mono MSI. Really? Ah, okay, hold on. Let me see what the advice is here. Batch script tooling. Are you using Windows? Okay, so if you're using Windows, easy peasy. However, we are currently on Ubuntu. Okay. If you enable 32-bit architecture if you haven't already. Okay, let's take a look. Paste. Add the wine HQ repository. Do you think I already have this? So we already have the directory here. It has a wine HQ archive key. So not necessarily trying to mess with that right now. Did we just kind of do this? I think it's fine. So there are some complaints here. Do any of these complaints have to do with wine? So it says wine HQ here. Okay. So here's an error. That's for AWS Corretto. So I don't think that has anything to do with what I'm doing right this minute with wine, right? Let's see what else. So here's an error. This is for ZSH auto suggestion. So again, not directly related, I don't think. And here's an error for ZSH syntax highlighting. Darn. All right. So GPG error, AWS Corretto. ZSH auto suggestion error. Okay, so then let's see what it says to do next. Let's try this. Okay, so that one says it's okay. All right, so I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna try this again. Wine. And this time I'm just gonna say install if it prompts me with the same prompt. Oh, never mind. It says it's okay. Hooray! All right, I don't know what was wrong before then. Yeah, so that seems fine. So let's... Oh, wait a minute. So what if I do this? Interesting. And let's take a quick look at the help. Wine hello world test bat. Okay, so it says passed. So let's submit it. The Windows batch scripting, it might be kind of tricky just because I'm not Windows, right? It's clearly a likely wine mono rich dark chocolate mousse. Holy smokes, that's way wrong. That's way wronger than I was expecting. Okay, so let's submit that. And it says okay, right? I think. So mark is complete. Okay. So let's hop back in here. So this one only has 21 exercises. I think that might actually be the fewest on the site. Which, you know, understandable. Batch script is an odd programming language and rather unpopular. All right, but we've got some good ones here. We've got Scrabble score. That in here. Nth prime. Raindrops. Okay. Let's look at C next. C is kind of an annoying one because it's just a little bit hard to search for sometimes. Okay, so we've done some. We've done circular buffer. That was a good one. We've done anagram. That was a good time. Scrabble score and kindergarten garden. Okay, simple enough. Okay, so we're gonna do leap. That's a very easy. Gonna do pangram. And gonna do Pascal's triangle. Cool. All right, simple enough. Okay, so then we have C sharp. And I'm just gonna... Yesterday, I think I got the randomly selected exercises and then just didn't paste it in here. So I'll just do it. It's fine. I'll just do it again. Okay, C sharp right here. And it's going to be isogram. Okay, so that's another easy one. Okay, C++. I've got nth prime in there, so let's grab a couple more. A lot of these really are easy exercises, right? Most of the difficulty is from just trying to do exercises in like a large number of different programming languages, many of which I'm not at all familiar with, and many of which are hard for me. Zebra puzzle is a big tricky one. That's cool. Okay, so we'll do zebra puzzle in C++. That'll be a good time, I guess. All right, so Cairo. I feel like I want to go back. So I finished this Cairo exercise, I thought, but when I tried to submit it, I didn't have any luck. So let me look at this source file again. So here's what I've got. I mean, it seems pretty simple. But when I tried to submit it, I had no luck before. So let me do this. So I'm going to say... let alphabet length equal 26. Let A... Okay, so let's not do A. Let's find wherever I've got A. So this should be rotated, right? So this is going to be A. C. Let me just try see what test says. Okay, so it says 10 passed. Why does it say running 0 tests after that? That seems strange. But it does say it ran the 10 and passed them. So now if I try to submit, then what do we get? Processing. So apparently I submitted 5 times previously and all failed, but the thing is there was no feedback. It just said, oh wait, no. Oh, I really had a missing semicolon? I'd forgotten about that. So did we manage to fix it? Oh, it still says missing semicolon. Okay, now here it says timed out. Still says missing semicolon? What the heck? And here it says timed out. And this one says timed out. So there is something tricky about Cairo that I haven't understood yet. This feedback doesn't help me much. I had a similar issue with Fortran. So I feel like what we want to try next is to use a different loop. Maybe we don't want to use this while loop. Maybe we want to do something different. So let's look at, oh gosh, let's look at Cairo loop. Hold on, where's all the Cairo in here? Yeah, Cairo lang org. Yes. Control flow, yes. So, can we see that okay? Okay, repetition with loops. Okay, so here we just used loop instead of while. Do I maybe just want loop instead of while? Let's try redoing it with loop instead of while. So after we increment, we're going to say if I equals text len break. All right. Now, what's with this? What's with the semicolon after the while loop? Right? They don't show anything like that here. So let's not have anything like that. Okay, so then this part just becomes, right? Okay, so now if I do this again, let's see what it says. Okay, so it says 10 passed. I'm gonna try submitting again. Missing semicolon on 23. That is so crazy. Loop, if, break. Missing semicolon on 23. Yeah, I do not understand very well. Holy crap. So what I did before is I was like, I added a semicolon here, then I did exorcism test, and adding a semicolon there doesn't do anything. It just adds an empty statement, right? And so it still says 10 passed. We can submit again. That's totally possible. Best viewers on stream, Boo. Thanks for the chat, Incendiary Comrade Tawamani. This usually takes 6 to 24 seconds. Okay, so it says failed. Wait, hold on. Timed out. Okay. Yeah, it's very strange. So I think the thing to check now is there any information in any of these links? Right? Is any of this information going to possibly help us know what is going wrong? ASDF, SCARB version. And that's one thing I want to know, like, are they using a different version on their website to test? So here's what it says. SCARB 211.4, Cairo 211.4, Sierra 170, right? Okay. Is that what they're using on the site? There's something different about what they're doing on the site, right? We can see that, but what is it that's different? Easy to understand. All right, so what is it about their version that is different? Cairo extension for VS Code sounds smart, but okay, so then Cairo programming language book documentation. SCARB Cairo test. Okay. It doesn't say anything is ignored, but let's just see if it's the same. Okay, seems fine there. So I think we're going to need to look in the Exorcism GitHub, and I guess that's fine. Okay. Cairo is particularly well suited for use in a permissionless network like Starknet. Okay. Let's go to Exorcism GitHub. Okay. Okay, so lots of repositories. Cool. So I like this. So we see that there are, like, here's an exorcism track which is not available on the website as of yet. So that's cool. There are probably, I would guess there are probably several of those. Let me take a look at that. So adding different exercises, that's cool, that's cool. Okay, so Java. All right, so let's look for Cairo. And actually, let's look at the test runner. This is probably the first place to look. Okay, so this is the Docker image to automatically run tests on Cairo solutions submitted to Exorcism. All right. Let's see. Issue. Hello World exercise doesn't work. April 5. This guy, Eric, he's like such a smarty pants. He knows everything. It kind of seems like, right? I aspire to be more like Eric. Because he's really like an impressive person in the exorcism community. Like, for sure. Alright, so to be fair, local test runs tend to be a lot faster, sometimes even 3 times as long. It appears the test runner is just too slow. So this is from a couple months ago, right? The best bet is for someone with in-depth Cairo knowledge to try and speed up the test runner. Ooh, that doesn't sound very promising. I don't think there are many people out there that care very much about both Cairo and Exorcism. I think there were when they added the track, but how long ago did they add the track? Well, actually, there's been a pretty good amount of work done on this not all that long ago. All right, so this guy says, I will update the compiler as soon as 2.12 is released. Oh, interesting. Okay, so they said 2.12 was supposed to be released later this month, and let me review again what am I using? Scarb version. Okay, 2.11.4, so I'm not using 2.12. Let's take a look at their website. This discussion makes it seem like Cairo might be a bit of a lost cause for now, unfortunately. What can you do? I think what I can do is like if it's not gonna accept these exercises on the exorcism website itself, right? It sounds like it might just not, right? Let's review. When running the Hello World exercise in the browser for Cairo, the test fails with a timeout error, even though it's the correct solution. Okay. And the bot says, "Hello, thanks for opening an issue on exorcism. At Exorcism, we use our community forum, not GitHub issues, as the primary place for discussion." Oh, okay. So let's go to the community forum. This one? Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so we're gonna find Cairo in the forum, right? Looks like I'm not logged in. Okay. Greetings. Okay, so let's look for Cairo. Okay. So this is the most recent, it looks like, from 11 months ago. So let's go find. So about the Cairo category. Okay, let's look again. Cairo. So this is June. Oh, interesting. This is June 2024. I would like to propose a new track for the Cairo programming language. Cairo is a Rust-inspired language for writing ZK provable programs without the need for a deep understanding of ZK concepts. As a general-purpose programming language, it can be used for any computation that would benefit from being performed on one machine and verified on other machines with lower hardware requirements. Currently, Cairo is most often used to building trustless applications on StarkNet. Okay. Okay, interesting. Yes, okay. Well, cool, very nice. So is there anything else we should know about this? It doesn't seem like there's much information in the form. It seems like it's a relatively obscure track. I mean, it says 223 students, which is actually a pretty good amount. So just you compare it to something else like awk. How many you think are on awk, for example? Awk is a very well-established programming language, but it's not like it doesn't have like the most name recognition today, you know? It's kind of old school. Where is awk? So this one has over 5,000, right? So a lot more than Cairo. So just one point of comparison. We could look at some of these others as well, like ARM64 assembly. This one has 294. So that's about the same as Cairo, right? Um, so, okay, fair enough. All right. The short answer is I don't think I'm going to be able to figure out the Cairo thing. I think what I'm going to do is if it's not going to accept solutions, then I might end up just marking them complete if I've just completed them locally, even if they're not completed on the website. And I think I I'm not super happy about it, but if it's not going to work, then that's okay. Let's go to the next one. CFML. This is a very interesting language. It's from Adobe, and it's from like the .com bubble. It's like a 90s language, I think. CFML. It's Adobe Cold Fusion is what it is. Let me just look at the wiki page for this one, because something about this one seems interesting. Adobe Cold Fusion Wikipedia. Yeah, from 95. So in my mind, this is like a .com bubble language. But it's actually pretty cool. So I only did like one exercise. But let's take a look real quick. Here's what I submitted. So apparently I submitted some commented out code, so whatever. All right, so, and I could have gotten rid of that. I don't know. Note that the AND operator is string concat. Okay, that's a good hint. Your implementation of the diamond exercise. Yeah, I could have gotten rid of that comment. So we have something called a component. It says returns, but does it actually return something? Okay, so this is not correct. Or maybe it is, I don't know. Implement me here. So the commentary is really bad in the solution. But yeah, so if letter equals A, return A. Smaller, bigger. I suspect that cold fusion arrays are one indexed with 4 question marks. Well, are they or aren't they? Yeah, man, I submitted really bad comments in this exercise. Holy crap. You know what? I'm going to go back right now and fix some of these because, wow, that's really, really bad. All right, so which one is it? It's the Diamond CFC. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. This comment is good. Although I'm going to actually make it a little bit concise. Yeah. And operator is string concat. Good. So are they or aren't they one indexed? Does the Wikipedia page say? And is a string concat. Okay. Is that better? Middle, new row, middle. Okay. Yeah, that's not a good comment. All right. Better, I think. Yeah, those comments were insane. Exception, error, failure? What? Oh, wait a minute. Past, skipped, exception, error, failure? That doesn't make sense. It says past 5. What is this thing at the end? That's weird. Current version higher than installed version. All right, it's whatever. So let's just submit again. Do I want to know anything else about Cold Fusion? This track does not support automatically running exercise tests? What? Really? Oh, that's a shame. Huh. Okay. Huh. I wonder why not. Wheel? Yeah. So this is a relatively obscure language, I think. Like, I don't think it's talked about much, not in circles that I go on online. But it seems cool. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. The docs are on Adobe and they seem nice. Anyway. So let's hop off there and let's go get some more exercises. Okay, so we'll do hamming. That's a good one. We'll do markdown. Okay. I think that's a refactoring exercise. I did it before. I did it with just like pure regex. And I mean, if I'm doing it as part of this challenge, I'm going to do the same thing. But it would also be interesting to do that one without using regex. Let's look at closure. Okay, so I think we're fine here. Everything's pretty straightforward. Oops. Okay, cool. COBOL is next. Oops. So we'll do difference of squares. Good one. All right, good for coffee script. I feel like this used to be a common-ish thing, languages compiling to JavaScript, and TypeScript has pretty well taken over in that area, and with good reason. TypeScript is very, very good. But I feel like there's at least one other that I've forgotten about. Was it MoonScript or LiveScript? What are these? Oh, no, you know what I think I was thinking of? I think I was thinking of Hacks. This one compiles to JavaScript. MoonScript compiles to Lua, inspired by CoffeeScript. LiveScript is an indirect descendant of CoffeeScript. JavaScript programming language family. Seed is a JavaScript interpreter and a library of the GNOME project to create standalone applications in JavaScript. All right, I'll be right back. All right. So let's see where we're at. Okay, so did I add any for CoffeeScript? Okay, let's just go. Okay, here's what we've got. Wordy. Don't know what that one is, but it sounds like it has a cool name, at least. Okay. Raindrops. That's a simple one. Wordy again. Okay. All right, let's do Common Lisp. Okay, so here. Scrabble score. That was one that I had to do in Scheme. So I'll probably cheat and look over what I did there. Crystal. I had a pretty good time with Crystal, but I have no idea if I'd have a good time with it now. If any of these looks interesting, I might just want to try one right now to see if I still think it seems cool. So, where are these ones? What is High School Sweetheart? Let's take a look. Okay, so that one is a learning exercise. I'm going to try that right now. Okay, so let's look at, let's not look at hint, let's look at the README. Let's read this whole README. String has several methods that can be used to manipulate strings. Oh, let's look at it here, because I still don't have the glow configured decently. I'm tempted to actually try and configure the glow. Let's see, actually, so if I look in my config, do I already have something for glow? I think so, probably, right? Glow YAML. Style name or JSON path default auto. So can you just put the JSON right into here? Config file, style name. I like it. It seems simple enough. For me personally, the default config is not very reasonable. That's the main problem. Just the colors. Like I just want it to use my regular terminal colors. Custom JSON style sheet. I'm gonna have to mess with this later. So where did I see the style? I saw it somewhere. What was it showing there? Ah, okay, here we go. I'm tired just thinking about it. Kind of. I mean, That's not a good sign, right? So all I have here is the glow YAML. Okay, so styles. And the style would be something like this. Oh, goodness gracious. What the? Well, that, I mean, that is an interesting request, huh? Okay. Well, there you go. Interesting. So a lot of people are using this, and hey, with good reason. It's kind of nice. There are other options, though, that I've tried before. Okay. Well, let's go back to wherever I was. Okay, so let's read this. Okay, so upcase, downcase. We can make a sub. We can make a G sub. All right. Chomping. Okay, so cleanup name. All right, so what's cleanup name supposed to be? First letter, initial, pair. To be honest, it's not totally clear to me what any of these are supposed to do for the name, but let's take a look in the spec. Okay, so if it has a dash, that should be changed to a space. Okay. So can we use regex? But is that part of the exercise? Oh my goodness, really? Okay, so cleanup name. It should take a name and remove all dash and replace them with a space. Okay. So we're going to use gsub to change dashes to spaces. I don't know why there would be dashes in a name. It's surprising. And then let's see, do we have a trim? We have a strip. Okay. So for this one, we are going to take name g sub dash space strip, right? Okay, so 8 example, 6 error, 0 pending. Fair enough, fair enough. So did we try the one that I did something with or not? Oh wait, I see 2 dots. Okay, so maybe those were okay. All right, so we're gonna take, oh, let's look at, again at the README because there's gonna be something else. So if we just want some like, let's see, chomp index. Upcase, downcase, sub g sub, chomp. All right. So we'll go name sub 0, right? And here we'll go self first letter name plus, and here we'll do, so now let's look actually. So we want string interpolation. So Crystal programming language string interpolation. Okay, so we did hash. Cool. So we'll do, look again. So we'll do a string which has a heart emoji, which I guess is this. And then we'll interpolate self initial name 1, right? And then plus, and interpolate self initial name 2, right? And then put another heart emoji, I think, right? Okay, so I did use the wrong heart emoji, and it should have uppercased the first letter. Okay. All right, so we only failed this one. So looks like there should be some extra spaces in there as well. I think. Yeah. Okay, so an extra space and an extra space. All right, so it's not this heart emoji. Let's look again. Heart. Is it this one? No, it's still the wrong heart emoji. So it's not this heart, and it's not heart suit. I don't think it's pink heart. Ah, so many hearts. So many hearts, it's insanity. Where's the one that looks like the right one? Is it Oct Heart Fill? Yeah, that looks more like it. Oh no! Alright. Well, I don't know what one they're using there. I was kind of hoping to get it through the emoji picker because I've been wanting to use the emoji picker more, but no luck. Okay. So really? I could not find the right heart emoji in my emoji picker. All right, well, let's submit it then. Okay, well, hold on. Let me look at it. Oh, wait. Auto format first. Let's do auto format first. Crystal programming language. Command line format auto. Okay. So we'll go crystal. Let me look. TLDR crystal. Manage crystal source code. Okay. So we can run. We can compile. We can read. Okay, cool. Generate documentation. Run a spec. Is crystal spec what we've been running with the... Is this what the exorcism test is doing? I think so. Let's see what the README says. Or the help, actually. Yeah, crystal spec. Okay, so then crystal help. Very cool. Let's see. It doesn't show format here. Okay, so that is unknown command. So what were they saying here? Crystal tool format. Ah, okay, here we go. So here are the tools: context, dependencies, expand, flags, format, hierarchy, implementations, types, unreachable. Okay, so let's try crystal tool format. Okay. So do I think that this code to me looks very beautiful. Um, I think I actually love it. And I think I like it's clearly inspired by Ruby. I think, does the website specifically say that? I think it does. Crystal Lang org. Maybe it doesn't. It doesn't say it specifically above the fold. It doesn't say it on the front page. Interesting. Let's try joining their Discord, because honestly, like, in terms of the way the syntax looks, This is actually one of my favorite programming languages that I've seen. So I'd like to know more about it. Alright, top things to do. Let's talk about Crystal with the community. Info. Crystal Lang. Docs. Let's take a look. Crystal for Rubyists. So here it does specifically say Ruby. Although Crystal has a Ruby-like syntax, Crystal is a different language, not another Ruby implementation, right? For this reason, and mostly because it's a compiled statically typed language, the language has some big differences when compared to Ruby. And personally, I view these differences very positively, because I never really loved Ruby, but Crystal is very nice. So anyway, let's submit this one. Something about it appeals to me personally. Okay. So here's what we submitted. Seems a little slow processing here, but their site may be having issues. Failed? No! Might mean that there is an issue. Darn, man. That's sad. They didn't used to have many issues. Maybe it's a sign of success. Maybe they're overloaded with users. I don't know. I mean, that's possible, right? It could be a sign of success. All right, so, let's go back to tracks. All right, so we got that filled in, and let's move one of these over, because I did just finish it, and it was this one. Okay, let's go to D. D is another language that made a very good impression on me when I tried it last year. Not as good as Crystal. I think Crystal and Elm were the two languages that made the best impressions on me. As I delved deeper into Elm, I was like, maybe I don't quite like it as much. The initial impression with Elm was extremely positive, and the same is true of Crystal. All right, so here's D. Okay, so we've got phone number. That's a nice one. We've got RNA transcription. It's another simple one. Oh, so all three are simple. Collat's conjecture is another simple one. Okay, Dart. All right, so here it is. I previously did Pascal's triangle, a pretty simple one. Okay, so we'll do sum of multiples. We'll do Bob. We'll do grains. Okay, Delphi Pascal. So this one I will have to join the track. I haven't tried looking into it yet. So it should be right at the bottom. Here are the ones that I haven't joined at all. And then I think there are some up here that I haven't finished the hello world still, or maybe not anymore. Oh, Objective-C and UI/UA. Any others? So by the end of today, I'm hoping to get to the point of finishing the hello world in everything. All right. So Delphi Pascal is next on my list. So join the track. Oh, interesting. You need to install both Delphi Pascal and the exorcism CLI. Okay, so we're gonna do it. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay. Getting started guide. All right. They don't usually have that, but let's take a look. Hmm. That's huge. All right. Wow. Object Pascal is a beautifully designed language. So let's take a look at the help. So it says we are supposed to do what? You'll need to install dunitx. Pretty sure I don't have it. If Delphi is properly installed, double-clicking the supplied file will start Delphi and load the exercise/project. That makes me a little nervous. Maybe it's okay. Hello world Pascal. Jeez. All right, so let's look at the tooling. Okay, so Delphi will only run in a Windows-based operating system. So I guess I'm going to have to come back to this one. Delphi will only run in a Windows-based operating system. Darn. All right. I'll be right back. All right, let's continue then. Okay, so Delphi, I'll just have to come back to it, I guess. Let's go to the next. It's going to be Elixir. So we did one in Elixir already. Let's choose a couple more. All right, so it's going to be these. Run length encoding and lasagna. Okay. Then we have Elm. Looks like I chose a couple for Elm already. Let's choose one more. SGF parsing. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Emacs Lisp. Okay, let's try joining that track. Emacs. Okay, so we'll grab this hello world. So if we do test, it's going to say Emacs not found. Okay, So let's totally install Emacs the way they suggest. They suggest using the snap. Okay, sounds fine to me. I don't mind. I'm going to try to fix my hair, but I'm just going to do it sitting right here. Yeah, that is pretty tangly. All right, so now if we do it, is it good to go? Amazing. And here's what it looks like. Hello world.el, hello world exercise, exorcism, lexical binding T, okay. Don't know why we need that. Commentary. All right. Okay. So we'll mark that as complete, sure. All right. Okay, so we're good there. Now we're going to choose a few exercises. Okay, so we're going to do circular buffer. Good one, good one. And then pangram, sure. And then string. Okay, great. Next is Erlang. Okay, cool. Erlang is another one that made a very good impression on me. All right, so let's choose 3 here. Civ, all right, sure. Rational numbers, interesting. And crypto square. Okay. Euphoria is next. So this is one I'm going to need to join the track, I think. This is one with very few students on the track. Just 89. It's one of the only ones with less than a 3-digit number. But let's become one of them. Let's see what it's about. Okay, so we'll choose local. So if we do test, what's it going to say? Oh, darn. Okay, so let's look at the README. So it says we're supposed to do utest. Well, surprise, surprise, we don't have it. Okay, so let's look at the hints. Installing Open Euphoria locally. Okay. Interesting. All right, so we'll go look for a download, I guess. Okay. So we'll choose this file, Linux x64, right? Okay, seems fine. Just save that guy here. All right, and then we'll just use these. Okay. All right. Ah, okay. Yeah, it seems fine. So now we'll go back to where we were. And oh, okay, so it doesn't say test, but we do EU test. Okay, great. So it's clearly not Elixir, it just has the same file extension. Okay, 100% success. Love it, love it. So we'll go exorcism submit. Okay. Any luck? Is it working? Okay, pass. Still says processing here. I think we should be fine. Okay, so let's go back here. All right, let's choose some exercises. It's gonna be sum of multiples. Okay. Rotational cipher. It's a popular one, I guess. Matching brackets. That's a good one. Okay, so then we have F sharp. Simple cipher is in there. Let's choose a couple more. F sharp. Yeah? Okay, good. React. Okay, interesting. We'll have to see what that is. And then the next one is kindergarten garden. Okay. So that's fine. Okay, then we have Fortran. Cool. Alright. Oops. We'll come back to that one, but let's do Fortran. Okay. And nth prime, alright. Pangram, sure. Darts. Okay, so then we've got Gleam next. Okay, difference of squares. And house. Sure. Go. So we've already got everything filled in for Go. Groovy. Let's take a look. Alright, so we've got anagram. Series. And ISBN verify. Alright, sure. Haskell, let's check it out. Complex numbers. Zebra puzzle, that'll be a nice one. Rational numbers. Alright. So Idris, we've got perfect numbers. That's an interesting logo style. I think that in general, I rather like this style, but this one in particular, I don't think I do. I come onto their Idris track, and the first thing I do is criticize the logo. I must be completely insane. All right, that's fine. Reverse string and loon. Sure. Okay. That's fine. Java, we've got 3 already. JavaScript, we've got 3 already. JQ, let's choose some for JQ. Right here. Okay. Remote control car. Series. RNA transcription. All right. Julia. Oh, wait. Oh, a bunch of these are locked for some reason. Wait, why is that? Do we have to do lasagna to get these unlocked? Is that what's going on? I'm not even sure. I think I have it in the wrong mode. Locked 43. I think this is my first time seeing that. Why are some of these locked? My guess is that we unlock these by doing lasagna? Wait. Okay. Disable learning mode. That's what we need. Okay. I must have chosen learning mode by mistake at some point. Okay, so flower field. And then difference of squares. and then Collat's conjecture. I think those are all easy. And Julia is a very nice language. It does make things easy, I think. All right, so then we have Kotlin. I don't know much Kotlin, but it does seem nice and easy for the most part, I think. Let's take a look. Okay, so one of them is React. Then we have Leap. Oops. And then we have Binary Search Tree. Cool. Lisp flavored Erlang. One of the oddest names for a programming language is just two different programming languages mashed together with flavor. Kind of crazy to me, but okay. So let's choose strain. And gigasecond. And leap. Okay, so then we have Lua. So I finished one. I almost don't even remember doing that. Let's go to the Lua track. What was this exercise about? So it was hardly anything, right? So that's why I don't remember it, because it was so small and tiny. That's fine. Two bucket. And kindergarten garden. All right. MIPS assembly. We've got phone number. Let's choose two more. Prime factors. Okay. And Eliad's eggs. This one might be rather interesting in MIPS assembly. Nim is next. So Nim, for some reason, when I tried it, I found the code rather ugly, uglier than most programming languages. And that kind of turned me off, right? Like, to me, the aesthetic is kind of a big part of what I look for, honestly. So we'll see what I think of it when I do some more. Objective-C. Okay, so we need to do the hello world for this one. Let's see. I think I had some trouble with the hello world. Okay, so let's paste. I think it's already here. Oh no, never mind, it's not. Okay, so maybe I can do it then. I thought I'd had some trouble. So what happens if I do this? Okay, so we can't do that. Let's look at the help. So, okay. Wait a minute. Installing Objective-C locally. Ensure that you have the latest Xcode installed through the Mac App Store. Darn. I kind of hate it. So, for that one, I guess I'm going to do it on Mac. And to make that work, I guess I'm going to set up streaming on the Mac. I don't want to stream on the Mac, like, hardly ever, but I can do it once for Objective-C. So we'll come back to Objective-C. Next on the list is O Camel. Cool. Let's choose 3 exercises for O Camel. So we'll do triangle. We'll do palindrome products. We'll do Iliad's eggs. Okay, Perl. So we did phone number in Perl. Let's choose a couple more. We'll do strain and sum of multiples. All right, cool. All right, Faro. Let's take a look. So we're going to choose @bash cipher and gigasecond and acronym. Okay. PHP, let's take a look. For PHP, we will choose difference of squares, binary search, and rotational cipher. Sure. Okay, PowerShell. Okay, so we're going to choose wordy, darts, and Bob. At this point, it's very noticeable that the same names keep coming up again and again and again. I don't know. I don't totally love that, but we'll see. So for prologue, we are going to choose dominoes, Armstrong numbers, and square root. Okay. Pure script, let's go. For pure script, there's not a lot in the pure script track, is there? A rather small track. We'll choose Collat's conjecture. We will choose accumulate. That's a name that hasn't come up yet. And binary search. Okay. Pirate. So we've done one in pirate already. Let's choose a couple more. Resistor color trio. Sure. And circular buffer. That's fine. Okay, Python, we've chosen 3 already. R, let's choose 3 for R. One-letter names are the worst. Really, for real, for real. Here it is. Okay, protein translation. Yeah, it's really the same names coming up again and again, right? Secret handshake. That one hasn't come up much, has it? Matching brackets coming up again. Okay, racket. Let's check it out. Variable length quantity. That's one that hasn't come up yet. @bash cipher, that's one that comes up a lot. And D&D character, another one that comes up a lot. Okay, cool. Let's look at Raku. Okay, we're going to choose Flower Field. Darts. And both of those are ones we've seen a lot. Killer Sudoku Helper. Haven't seen that one. Sounds neat, right? Kind of neat. I don't really know what it is. All right, let's choose a couple from Reason ML. Okay. Not a lot of exercises on this track, but we'll choose Scrabble Score and All Your Base. Okay. Next we have Red. So Red is one that I will have to join the track. It's somewhere down here. 402 students. That's a good amount. All right, so we'll hit join. We'll choose local. All right, let's see what we get. Huh. That's not what I expected. It's throwing a lot of text into my prompt. Huh. Should we take a peek at the Starship config and see if we can see what's going on there? Because that's strange. I'm not trying to see GPL text every time I do anything. Where is my Starship config? Hold on. Starship. Red is kind of a nasty name too, isn't it? Certainly better than a single letter name. Okay, so here's Red. It says format via symbol version style. And we've got a symbol. Interesting. Okay. And so where is my Starship config? Hold on. Not in gzip format? It seems like that's not going to work then. Okay. Wait a minute. Starship config. Okay, so I want to save this, right? And then we're gonna Starship, whoops. print config. Okay, so everything's there. So we're just going to put it into the Starship TOML. So now if we do Starship config, is it all there? Ah, good. So let's go down to red. It's a lot here, right? It's a big part of what makes it cool. So anyway, it would appear that this version is wrong. So I'm going to get rid of the version because instead of printing a version, it's printing some like GPL text, which seems crazy. Okay, so now if I go in there, is it better? Okay, much better. All right. Huh. It just says 594. Why does it just say 594? Ah, what's happening? Ah! What the? What time is it? I'm going to hop off here in like 20 minutes, and I'll be back a little bit later. What is the encapper? Yeah, what even is an encapper? Hold on. Under construction, huh? the basics. Okay, I don't think I'm going to worry about an encapper. Let's just start with the CLE tool. Here, this one, right? Okay. So we'll save that. And then I guess we just move that into like user local bin or something. Seems about right. Okay, so there it is. So let's move that red CLE 066. Let's move that to user local bin. Okay. And now let's make a alias, I guess. Alias redlang equals red CLE 066. Is that right? Permission denied. Okay. Error while loading shared libraries. Okay, let me just Google this one. This might be about as far as I get this morning, but yeah, I'll come back on a little bit later. I guess it will still be morning. I'll plan to come back on at 10 o'clock, so just later in the morning. All right, for red programming language, provides okay, let's go to a different one. Let's go here, ask Ubuntu. Oh, look at this. Look what this guy says. Yes, there was a time when software used to be done right. That's what we aim at bringing back. You know, I love it. I love it, but I get the sense that they don't have the resources to really like fully deliver on that. right? You kind of get that sense. But that being said, I love the ambition. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, yeah, that should take care of everything, right? All right, fair enough. There we go. Cool. Wonderful. All right, now let's look at the starting information. Oh gosh, it's a lot. Oh, it's not that much. I just have the text so huge that it doesn't show up. All right, it's fine. So, um, help append. All right, so we can quit like this. Okay, let's see what it looks like when we quit. Okay, that's great. That's great. Okay, so now again, what do we do to run the test? We're supposed to go. Okay, let's try it. So we're gonna go redlang, hello world, test. Okay, great. Very nice. I don't typically do that, but sure. Okay, so let's submit. Okay, amazing. So now let's grab the list of exercises. For red, we are going to choose Bottle Song. Interesting, that's a name that hasn't come up yet. Sounds cool, maybe. We'll choose Rotational Cipher. It's one that comes up a lot. It's classic. RNA Transcription, another classic. Okay. That is fine. So then let's go back to tracks, and we're going to look at rock next. Okay, so let's see what rock is about. Okay, let's do this. And then if we do this, what's it going to say? Rock executable not found in path. All right, let's look at the hint. Okay. A very young language with many incomplete features and known bugs. How many people are on this track? I don't know. Okay, let's look at this getting started guide. Okay. Okay, seems like a winner. All right, not too bad, not too bad. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so let's put that in there. So let's see, PWD. Yeah, sure, I guess I'm okay with it. Um, exorcism metadata JSON. Let's try again. Oh, interesting. Ah, cool. Not too shabby, not too shabby. That looks good to me. Okay, cool. Okay, let's submit. Okay. $331 students. A decent amount. All right, so we're gonna look at overview. Oh wow, 105. Ooh, somebody's been busy adding exercises. That's nice. Dang, that's very good. Okay, alphametics. Interesting, interesting. Um, Scrabble score, a classic. It's not even that much of a classic, it's just a really easy one. Acronym, sure. Okay. So then we've got 3 for Ruby. All right, Rust. We did 1 in Rust. We need to do 2 more in Rust. Let's check it out. Rust, where are you at, buddy? Rust. Saddle points. Okay, that's not one I've seen before. And hamming, a classic, a real classic. Okay. Scala. We need 3 for Scala. Okay, cool. We'll do perfect numbers. And Minesweeper. And matching brackets. Okay, scheme. SQLite, interesting. So we'll join that track. Not totally sure what to expect with this one. It seems a little out of place in some way, but we'll see. Right. So if we do test, what's it going to say? Okay, not a surprise. So we do SQLite 3 dash bail, and we put the test into there. Okay. Yeah? Okay, nice. And it says pass. Hey, all right, cool. Very nice, actually. So let's submit that one. Okay. All right, let's choose 3 exercises here. Not a lot of exercises, just 28 on the track. So we'll choose, oh, let's do 5. We'll choose Elliot's eggs and matching brackets and kindergarten garden. Okay, standard ML, let's take a look. All right, I am gonna hop off now, and I'll plan to come back at 10 o'clock